Talk here a little bit about the importance for me of trade unions and why I think they're important. I started work in the print trade in 1974, and I was a member then of the National Graphical Association. The NGA, one of the two unions that took on Murdoch at Wapping. The two unions then amalgamated to form the Graphical Paper and Media Union, the GPMU, and they're now part of what is now the biggest, or arguably the biggest, union in the country, of Unite. Without unions, I left school at 15 with no qualifications whatsoever, and I got a great deal of education from courses that were run by the National Graphical Association in the 70s and the 80s. It was that union that taught me to research things. It was that union that taught me how to speak in public, because I would have died previously if somebody had shoved a microphone in front of me where there were people speaking. When you talk to young people, when people go to work for the first time, their hours are their hours, their pay is their pay, holidays, weekends, and they all take that for granted because that's what there is. And we have to be able to explain to them that's not because your employer is particularly generous and thinks you should have 6 weeks holiday and weekends off and paid extra for working overtime. That's come from years and years of struggle and fight from trade unions. And also, you're far safer working in a company that is recognises trade unions, because you'll have health and safety officers, you will have people that will be ensuring that that company complies and looking after your safety. Moving from that, I just want to say a little bit about this forthcoming general election that we've all been lumbered with, and why we need to make sure that this time in 2017 we get rid of the Tory government now, because we cannot afford to have them for any longer. Cambridge, this wonderfully wealthy place that we all know and love, 5,000 people last year were fed by food banks. Now that's an appalling statistic. Theresa May was asked about this yesterday, about nurses being, fed by food banks. And she said, well, there are many, many complicated reasons why people go to food banks. No, there aren't. There's one reason why people go to food banks. It's you and your government. We've got working people in this country that can't afford to live. And that's a disgrace. We are the 6th richest country in the world, and we've got people being fed by food banks, getting loans from payday loan companies just to make ends meet. Nurses, for instance, with payday loans, an appalling situation. So we've got lots to do in the next 5 weeks, and if any of you have got the time and the inclination to get out with some of us and knocking on doors and talking to people and persuading people that we need to get rid of this Tory government, and let all of us together, let's make June the end of May. Thank you.